What's up everybody, Matt from the Game Initiative here, bringing you another episode of our Manager Mode commentary for FIFA 15. So the last video we managed to get a really good win in the Capital One Cup. It was the first leg of our semi-final against Spurs and we were 2-0 victorious. It was not an easy game, but we were definitely not the better team by any stretch of the imagination. But we managed to get the result, which in the semi-final that's what it's all about. This video, we're going to be returning to some Premier League action. As you remember, we had a couple of really good matches last time in the Premier League. We're 5 points clear at the top of the table and looking really good to have a push for this push for the title. So, regarding transfers, because they are obviously still going on, we are in January. We're looking at maybe signing a central centre-back, with Dragovic. We're kind of waiting to see what happens with the contract on that one. And we also applied about maybe taking Kishner, a left-sided midfielder, on loan. That's something that we'd like to try and do if we could, just to fill in the hole that's been left by Mane's injury. But for now, we're going to go straight into the Premier League here. And I switched back to our first choice team as normal. So we will get straight into this game here against Newcastle, back in the Premier League, and hopefully can maintain our winning ways in the league. Okay then guys, here we go. St James's Park, a fantastic stadium. The venue today for Newcastle versus Southampton. Now it's not going to be necessarily an easy game. Newcastle, I think, are a pretty good team. They're obviously really struggling in the league there. You can see 18th, but the squad they have, they're better than 18th. It's not going to be a walkover by any stretch. And we're going to have to play our best if we want to get ourselves to 3 points here. Really important though that we are winning these types of games as we push on towards the business end of the season. Tadic with an early chance here. Can he find some room? He can, but the shot's blocked. Great start for Southampton on the front foot from the very beginning. That's a really poor throw though from Forster. He's giving it straight to Gouffran. And Newcastle now have a chance, and they finish. It was a terrible, terrible throw from Forster. Trying to get it out quickly, but not enough power on it, and you're going to get punished when you do that. Really disappointing. And they're not going to miss from there. 1-0. Siem Diong, 1-0 to Newcastle. Rodriguez. He's found some space. Rodriguez! Oh, well saved by Krul. Near post, not the right option, but finally Southampton getting an attack on goal. And the cross comes as far as the keeper to punch it out, but Sandro has the rebound. Or the attempt, and it's wide. Not a bad effort, but going to be something spectacular to beat Krul from there. Sissoko just throws Sandro off the ball there. Surely it was a foul, but no, and the keeper... It's hit right at him and he's missed it. And Cisse with the goal, I think. And Southampton are in deep, deep trouble. Firstly, I'm sure it's a foul on Sandro off the ball from Sissoko. And then this ball is hit straight at the keeper. And he drops to the floor. And Southampton, they are in all sorts of trouble right now. That's half-time whistle, right on the stroke of half-time. And we are playing terribly. There's no other way to put this. The passes have been poor, and even though Newcastle, they haven't had much at all in that second goal, I really question it, both from the keeper and also the foul off it beforehand. But either way, we're 2-0 down. Newcastle are playing better than us, and we need to somehow find a way back into this game. And Southampton looking to counter-attack here. Schneiderlin brings it forward. The cross comes in. Alcácer on the volley. Oh, and the flag's gone up for offside. Alcácer, I think he had a lot more time than he thought he did. Didn't need to hit it first time. But that's better from Southampton. Klein. He's won it back in a good position here. Tadic. Schneiderlin. Can he finish? Oh, cool, with a good save. Schneiderlin. Tadic. Through to Alcácer. Alcácer, he must finish. He does. It's 2-1. This has been much better from Southampton. And they are finally back in this game now. Just over 20 minutes to go. Is there enough time? And with that goal, also going to bring on now the second striker. On comes Long for Wanyama. Really going to go for this now. See if we can get back into it. Ball out wide here to Volland. Oh, he's been taken down. No foul. Volland. He's cut inside. Found some room. Oh, and it's straight at the keeper. That was a real chance there. Schneiderlin here. Gets the cross in. Tadic is there. Oh, he's hit the post. And the rebound. Oh, and Krul saves it. Tadic has got to do better with that header. He's unmarked. 6 yards out. Pressure's building though. Tadic with the corner. And the header's there from Schneiderlin, but just couldn't direct it goalwards, and it's gone wide. Alcasa. He's charging up with Long. Here's through the middle. Alcasa. He's got the finish. Oh, he's hit it straight at Krul. And now with a rebound. We get lucky there. We get really, really lucky. Alcasa with a poor finish when through on goal. Just tried to slip it in. But the rebound falls kindly to Rodriguez. And it's 2-2, 90th minute. This has been a great comeback. Let's see if we can get ourselves the winner now. And there we go, there's the full-time whistle. Not quite enough time to put another tack in for that goal, but it's 2 points dropped at the end of the day. That's how I've got to look at it. We were just so poor in the first half, and that goal right on the stroke of half time was the killer, which I strongly believe was a foul, and also that the keeper should have. But you can see there they didn't have another attempt at goal second half. We came right back into it. We had a load of shots, peppered the goal. In the end, it is a good comeback, but it's 2 points dropped, and I'm disappointed that it is 2 points dropped, because teams like Chelsea, Manchester City, they're not going to be dropping points at this stage of the season, realistically anyway. But anyway, that's the way it goes, and we've had an offer here, a transfer offer here from Juventus. They are interested in buying Pele for 4.6 million. 4.6 is what he's worth. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I mean, he's not playing. That one is tough. That one's a bit easier. We'll look at that one first. Accept offer for Seager. That's fine. This Pele one, 4.6. Maybe if we could get 5. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know if we could get 5. Let's see what they say. If we offer 5, or ask them for 5, and see what they say. He's not going to be playing for us. That is the reality, I suppose. So if we can get some money for him, that's great. But you just know what's going to happen is he's going to be sold, and then one of our strikers is going to get injured straight away. It's always the way it seems to work with these sorts of things. So let's have a look. Player sold. That's Sega sold. This is the deal here for Kishner. Reviewing the offer to take Kishner on loan with the option to buy him. We feel the fee involved is fair, but we're not yet decided on allowing him to spend a period on loan and ultimately depart our club. We'll get back to you again shortly. Okay, so they're considering allowing him to leave on loan. We'll see what they say to that one. And we've had a transfer offer here for our third choice keeper, fourth choice keeper even, so we'll accept that, that's fine. He's not a part of our plans. Now, if we do sell Pele, that would actually free up the money to actually be able to buy Kitchener straight away now, whether we need him or not. And also maybe another centre back. It just gives us that little bit more money. So we'll wait to see what happens with that anyway, and we can then obviously go forward from there. A few things down here. Press conference, that's fine. Dragovic, I've reviewed your contract offer and can't agree because I love living here and I do not want to relocate ideally, but I could be persuaded. Well, that's interesting because I gave him exactly what he asked. It's going to be the case of what we had last time where you have to offer them that little bit more money. So it's a lot of money for centre-backs. It does put us into a dangerous position where other players are going to then start wanting more money, and can we afford them? it depends. It basically comes down to depending on how actually good he is. Scouting him, he looks pretty good. Let's see. I'll go 55. I don't really want to go much more than that though, because that's most of my players. I feel like first team players should be on about 40 to 60,000. So we'll have to see on there. There's some scouting stuff here on those keepers that we were looking at. So that's something we don't really need to worry about right now. But if we get the extra money from Pele, then maybe that is something we can consider more. Loads of emails here. Players sold. So that's that one done. Okay, so they've agreed to pay the 5 million for Pele. So I don't know how Saints fans are going to feel about that. Obviously, he's doing really well for you guys in the season, and fair play to him. But it's just in FIFA, for me personally, he's too slow. I need players with a little bit of pace to play the start. You've all seen how I play FIFA, so I need some of a little bit of pace. And he's just not quick enough. So that's him on his way. We've got two really good strikers that I'm happy with, and they're both young enough as well, which is good. Okay, so here's this final scout report actually on Dragovic, so we can see exactly what we would be getting. So he's pretty quick. He's got all the strength and the jumping attributes. So what's his tackling? Yeah, see, his tackling's well into the 70s. All the things you'd want there are mid-70s. So he's probably going to be a mid-70s player, but he's young, so maybe he can develop into an 80 overall, which would be really good for us, to be honest. And so I'm actually willing to offer him what he's asking for, to be honest. Well, not what he was asking for. He said, give me more money. So I'm willing to give him back more money and see what he says anyway. There's a couple of keepers there and other players. We don't need to worry too much about them right now. We're focused on the players we're trying to sign. We know the two guys we want. We've got loan to buy bid decision. We decided we will allow him an end fee for 6 million. So that's good. So we can bring him in. That's good. And we can see exactly how good he is. It's good just to have him to cover for now, because we do need that cover on the left side of midfield. So he can come in, he'll join the squad, and hopefully he'll play well, and then kind of we'll take it from there. Now, one thing I will say, and I have noticed in previous FIFAs, when this does go through, is looking at the money we have. I found historically that your money doesn't always carry forward into the next year. So if we can spend our money now on like a left back, because we're going to need one, I recommend we do it now whilst we actually have the money. So we've got full scout stats here on these players. Looking at their tackling, that's the key area. This Gaya, Dum, we haven't got a full thing on him yet, but it doesn't look like so. So it's probably going to be between these two guys here. Let's make an inquiry about them, see how much money they want, because it's an area we are going to need. See, it says their values are only 1.9 and 1.5, but we'll have to see what they actually want, because they could be good prospects that are going to turn into something good. So advance up a couple more days here. Let's see, we've got a big game in the league coming up against United, and then that second round in the Capital One Cup, or second leg rather. Dum, so they want 8.5 for him, an 8.5 guy. We could probably get sufficiently less for both. Pele is gone, so that's fine. The contract's been accepted, so it's all happening here. Pele's gone, Dragovic is in, Kishner is in, so everything is happening for us right now, and all really good, really happy with all of those. So we can see down here, Dragovic is there, Kishner is there. You can see pretty much our squad is really thinned out now, so we've only got the players that realistically we want for the first team. We've thinned it out perfectly to how I want it to be. Dragovic is 75 overall already, so that's pretty good. It's actually technically better than Fonte, but obviously Fonte is our captain. He's going to be playing no matter what. But that's really good cover in there. We'll move him straight up onto the bench, because for 55,000 we've got to get him playing, and we'll move Kishner onto the bench as well. So there we go. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with the business we've done. And what we've got to think about now is, what do we do with the rest of our money? We have 8 million, so we could afford to bring in players. Now, obviously, 6 million of that would be for Kishner, but I don't know whether or not that money will carry forward to next year. So we might only get like 7 or 8 million next year. So that would be no. So we might as well try and spend the money while we have it. That's how it's been in previous FIFAs. If you guys think that's different now, please do let me know. I would like to know. This is my first full season playing through a game, so I'd like to know what happens to the budget. Because I've known before, when I've been like Arsenal, for winning like the Champions League, you get like 20, 30 million, say 30, and the Premier League. So I have like 40 million in the budget, and then it will restart for the next year and say your available is 20 million. So it doesn't always carry forward. So obviously, please do let me know about that, and we can look to maybe sign one of those left backs, and maybe a keeper as well, because Boric is in his last 6 months of his contract, and whether or not we're going to want to bring him back. I mean, he's not. Sorry, he's. Let me just find him here. I'm in all of the wrong screens. Sorry, just 1 second. So contracts here. Oh yeah, there you go. So see, he is in his last 6 months, and so is this guy here. That's fine. So Boric, are we going to want to re-sign him? He's not young. I don't have his age. It's there. He's 34, so not overly young. So maybe we look to sign like maybe a younger keeper who can come in and do the job. Only on a backup basis. We've got Forster, who's going to be our number 1, so we don't need to spend too much money. But obviously, let me know your thoughts on that, and I will consider it, and we'll address that in the next video. And the next video is going to be a really big one, playing United in the league and Spurs in the cup. So make sure you come back for that one. That's going to be a really good episode, I think, and hopefully we can get a couple of good wins on that as well. But for this video, if you have liked it or have enjoyed it, please do give it a like. Subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with this commentary. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.